Steve Hackett says his new album is about sharing cultural ideas and tearing walls down. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music. It's no secret that the ex-Genesis guitarist is the most prolific of all the ex-members of that band. He's going to release his new album on March 25th, The Night Siren, which is all about cultural melting pots, an amalgamation of so many different instruments, countries, and sounds. The guitarist is just winding down his North American tour now and is headed to Europe real soon. Hackett says the new album is a bird's eye view of a world of a musical migrant, ignoring borders and celebrating our common ancestry. It's interesting in the era of Donald Trump, a man who is saying the opposite of what Steve Hackett seems to be saying. So this album is refreshing, and let's remember, Steve Hackett's fourth solo album in 1980 was a project called The Defector, which influenced me an awful lot, and I could go with the lyrics of seeing these people trying to escape their country. Go back to listen to that one if you haven't heard it already. I love the way Hackett looks at all of us as just being one.
It's something that's come about naturally, working with all these people, but at the end of it, of course, we've shown that it's possible for people all over the world to work together in music. Why not every other field? Why isn't that possible? So it's globalization, but then it's also, I think the new album is a wake-up call. The Night Siren. I feel the world is poised on the brink of extremist politics, and we're in danger of imploding. So once again, nationalism is touted as the philosophical answer to the world's problems, and we've seen where that led before, but maybe the 1940s is just too far back for anyone to remember, and that's a real shame. But we don't want to go the same way. I don't see why we should pitch headlong into the next conflagration. I think that if we try and absorb people, make friends of them, and do what I think the music demonstrates, that there is this common concept of fellowship. It must be possible to make friends everyone from everywhere, it seems to me, and try and avoid the pitfalls of fundamentalism.
In our exclusive interview with Hackett, we talked about cultures and their sounds and bringing everything together.
I've worked with people from all over, with many different instruments, sometimes Hungarian instruments, working within a tradition of improvising that is outside of jazz and has something more to do with gypsy music, something that's common to the Eastern Europeans. And then there's, as I say, there's Malik, who's very interesting, Malik Mansurov, because he works with a style of music that I guess the nearest thing you would say is Arabian jazz, basically, music that's common to Azerbaijan, Turkey, Iraq, Iran, those four territories. But on this record, we've also got Israeli working with Palestinian, Kobi Fahi and Mira Awad from Palestine. So they are friends and they work together.
I've always been a really big fan of Hackett's guitar work in Genesis because he was with them a long time, and also with those 25 solo albums. Some of them are concept albums, a lot of them are, and they take you seriously on a journey. But I asked him, has he always been this curious on finding new ideas and new sounds and being so damn prolific?
I'm a musical migrant. Borders mean nothing to me. I love to assimilate influences from all over. Basically, it's not only the places that we visited, but some of the places that we want to visit. So sometimes the instrument comes to me first, sometimes it's the person introducing me to an instrument, such as Malik Mansurov from Azerbaijan playing the tar. Now, I'd never seen this instrument until I heard him playing it and instantly fell in love with everything he was doing on the thing. He's someone I met in Hungary working with a whole bunch of musicians who call themselves Jabe, D-J-A-B-E, and really they're at the crossroads of Europe because they're kind of central, but they also function as a kind of a way of bringing together people from all over the world. So the audition's done. If someone's working with them, then I know they're very good.
On a lighter note, I did this interview at 8 a.m. in the morning my time. I don't think I've ever done an interview at 8 a.m. my time with a musician. Let's think about it. They do sometimes a 2 or 3 hour show, and try coming down from that, after performing in front of 20,000 people maybe. And then you get the partying involved. But I had to ask Steve Hackett, I mean, listen, were you always an early bird? I take it he did party when he was with Genesis or in his 20s.
Back in my 20s, I think I was up at about midday, at the crack of midday, having partied all night. But, you know, that's not what we do these days. I prize my sleep and health, and so it's a different lifestyle. It's not a rock and roll lifestyle. Being on the road will waste you just trying to keep regular hours, never mind punishing yourself. But that's the reason I've managed to keep going. If I have to meet people at shows, I do pre-show meet and greets and say hi to pals. We try and, you know, once the show's over, we try and get back and get our heads down as early as is possible. So to try and normalize in the middle of you know, this extraordinary abnormal life that is, you know, being a working musician.
The Night Siren comes out on March 25th, 2017. Make sure you check it out. It's a great album. I've heard it. I think it's one of his best. And make sure you comment on our videos, share our videos, and subscribe to our channel. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music.